There's lots of ways to think about an ideal learning environment, specifically a place where students are present physically and intellectually, a robust exchange of ideas, keep the focus on learning together. It's not just the delivery of the content, but it's the conversation and the problem solving students do with one another and with the teacher to make sense of that content. These are things that can't happen online, they can't happen in makeup work.
When we talk about a classroom environment, we're talking about a student being engaged, thinking, learning, talking, dialogue to their teachers, to their students. Cell phones and other things, AirPods, things of that nature, are distractions from the everyday learning that goes on in a classroom. And we as teachers need to engage in that dialogue with students about when it's appropriate, when it's a distraction, and then focus on what's important in the moment in time.
Regular attendance every day coming to school directly connects with high achieving students. It allows students to work on those skills and interactions with their peers and other adults. It helps them build essential skills, life skills that they're going to use, such as time management and discipline. And it also provides access for them to learn new subjects and new skills that they will use in life and also within the workforce.
Ideal learning environment is one where students feel comfortable and confident in being successful, and they are engaged with the material that we're learning.
It isn't just sitting back and let others do the work, it's taking that step, understanding what's going on in that class.
I really like when we do El Pregunta del Dia, because I think it really gives us a great opportunity to not only work with the class, but with a partner. I think it gives a great job to let people have a voice in the classroom and give them a way to actively engage.
I like to see that students are focused on what we're doing at that time. They're not trying to multitask. They're looking at whoever it is that's speaking, or they're engaged in the activities that we're doing. That's an ideal learning environment.
Because I conduct my class primarily in another language, I need them to be paying attention, otherwise they're going to miss important information, and that quickly escalates to being lost or not knowing what's going on. So the fact that we had our PTO offer to put a cell phone cubby system in every single classroom, I knew right away that I was going to use it.
The first time I saw the cell phone caddy in freshman year, it did seem like kind of a daunting task, to say the least, but I think that overall, it benefits the environment of learning that we have. That distraction is eliminated in the class, and you really see a sense of students being evoked to participation and active learning. They don't have that distraction at the ready.
Even if you just have your phone on your desk, and you keep getting notifications, you're gonna wanna pick up your phone. And I noticed that even just for those few seconds that you're not paying attention, you're losing the material. So just kind of completely having it out of your way, it does help, and it does make you engage more in the class.
It changed the environment of the classroom, because even though some kids weren't always putting it away, in the bin, maybe they kept it in their backpack, they weren't using them. And I could focus on teaching rather than focusing on disciplining.
I was having chronic absences because I had celiac disease. When I found out my diagnosis, we were really easily able to communicate that with the school, and just all of the help behind that made it easier for me to come to school.
The reduction of the level of stress for me, if dealing with my child not feeling well, this stuff that Sean took off my plate and allowed me to do the things I needed to do at work to actually support my family financially.
I think people get lost in what they expect from a dean's office sometimes, that it's just about, consequence, but realistically, for what our purpose is, we're not here to, get kids in trouble and just make sure they're serving detentions. We're here to support them and their families. How do we make this work for as many people as possible? Unfortunately, I don't think it's always gonna work for everybody perfectly, but by working together with the school and the family, I think there's a lot of things that the school can do to make it easier for students that are going through whatever they're going through, whether it's permanently or temporarily, to make school work.
Freshman year, it was a little bit overwhelming for me. I was missing school a lot, and when I did come to school, I was skipping periods. It was like I was by myself, and I didn't feel like coming. My mom, she really needed me to graduate. She really needed me to start passing, start doing the things, because that's all she really needs from me.
The thing that makes it hard when you're not coming to school is at school, we have the people who care about you and want to help you. We've got the systems and the programs, but we need you to get here so we can offer all those things to you. You know, and I think a lot of times the longer you're away from school, the harder it is to come back. If you need help, just let us know, because this is where we want you to be.
And my staff members, they started telling me to come and we want you here. That made me feel wanted in a way that I never felt before in school. You know, I'm doing better for myself, I'm doing better for my mom.
Seeing people that you know care about you and are going to look out for you. If you're struggling and if you need a little bit more support, we have that, right? And if you're not here, we haven't forgotten about you, but we can't go to your house every day to check on you and make sure that you're all right. This is the place you want to be, because this is where we can help.
So education looks very different than how it's looked 5, 10, 20 years ago. Our teachers do a lot of different activities so they can remain engaged.
I could definitely feel that. The one day I missed, you know, you think it's just a day, it's just 8 periods. It really adds on, and you're lagging behind other students who spent the full time in the building.
Students walk in class, they scan their attendance, and they put their cell phone potentially in a cell phone cubby.
Like obviously, like most students, they would be kind of upset that their phone's getting taken away from them, but to be honest, it is beneficial. I find myself using my phone way less.
That distraction is set aside, and it allows that student to give their full undivided attention to the teachers and the peers all around them in that classroom.
Makes for a better learning environment and makes for a better future.